Recently, IGN has had a 30-minute gameplay demo of the Isle of Armor DLC for Pokemon Sword and Shield. So in this video, I'm going to talk about all of the highlights, the interesting little things that are coming to the game or that are in the DLC, and I'm going to give my opinion to them and what I think is going to happen and how it's going to proceed. First of all, it seems like we'll be able to go to this Isle of Armor quite early on in your game progression. They did state that it looks like they can go there right after you actually unlock the wild area for the first time. Shortly after that, you'll be able to get to like a really big train station to be able to take a Corviknight little flying machine and fly over on there like quite early on in the game, which is quite cool. So new players will be able to access DLC content fairly quickly. Perhaps the biggest controversial point here is there might actually be a scaling level system in this kind of new Isle of Armor where all of the Pokemon there will match the level of your highest level Pokemon in your party. However, nothing of this is confirmed, and what they did test is they had a level 60 Pokemon in their party and everything around them tended to be level 60 to match. But however, everything in the wild area at end game content level is already level 60, and if you can unlock this right after the wild area, I don't know if players with like level 10 like Pokemon are going to be able to take on anything with a level 60 kind of thing. So it seems like it's going to level scale to kind of match the difficulty of what your party is. So if you have a level 10 Pokemon, you can assume that you'll be fighting trainers who will be using Pokemon who are also level 10. I wonder if this actually goes up to level 100. That's the big controversy of this thing. Is it like a system where if I have a level 100 Pokemon in my party, am I going to be finding people who have level 100 Pokemon as well as like the trainers and the dojo and all the different things that we need to do? Because I really think that would be needed, because the game has been out for quite a while now, and a lot of us have level 100 Pokemon, and I feel like the game should have enemy trainers whose Pokemon levels match yours so that the game doesn't feel way too easy, because literally going to the wild area right now, it is a joke about how easy I can just one-shot everything. Like, I mean, sure, I'm using competitive Pokemon, but I mean, you know what I mean. I feel like the difficulty would be more fun if the Pokemon levels were dynamic to what your level was. That just seems like something cool to me. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. The coolest thing that I heard is that this whole island, the Isle of Armor, is one giant big kind of wild area. So you can literally explore however you want, and you're actually free to roam it really early on. Once you get there, you can go your own path, make your own direction, and proceed to, like, you know, play the DLC in any direction that you want. If you want to go to the marshy area, you can. If you want to go to the beaches, you can. You can do whatever you want right at the beginning of the game. You're not like stuck or forced to like follow a specific route. You take the game in your own hands and explore it at will. I really think this is a cool new feature, and I think it'll be something that will work really well for like future Pokemon games, because having that freedom, it's a nice breath of fresh air to see something like this actually become a major part of the game. Especially since this new wild area or Isle of Armor has a huge variety of Pokemon apparently, which is exciting to hear. Like, I'm super excited to see what type of Pokemon we can get there. It was interesting to note that some of the Pokemon can now interact with their environments. Like, there was Pokemon hanging in trees or like chilling in trees on a branch, which I thought was pretty cool, because it reminds me of like the flying Pokemon that you like have to like fly, like run under them to like call them down so that they can, you know, interact with you so that you can try catch them or fight them. I think that's really cool that they can interact with environments, and I can think of a lot of ideas and ways that they can use this even further. Like maybe even some Pokemon chilling on rocks or something like that. I don't know. It seems something new that they're trying, and I think it's cool. So the first real objective of this DLC seems to be finding the dojo. And once you go to the dojo, there'll be the dojo's leader, Mustard, which is such a weird name, to be honest. And when you're there, the dojo will give you 3 trials, and these 3 trials are done to get the dojo's sacred armor. I'm not sure what this means. I wonder if it's like to maybe go hand in hand with your Kubfu or something to evolve your Kubfu. I'm not really sure. It's a bit kind of weird, and there's nothing really explained about it, so I guess we'll have to just see what this sacred armor actually does. I do suspect, though, that once you've actually trained your Kubfu at the dojo and you get the trials done, you get this dojo sacred armor to apply to your Kubfu, and he becomes Urshifu, and then as Urshifu with the armor, you have to then go take on the towers to kind of like figure out what style of combat you want to use, which we'll talk about soon. And at the dojo, there's a dude who you can buy moves from, and he requests a Armorite ore as a currency to purchase these different moves. I'm really interested in seeing what kind of moves he's selling, and, you know, how many of these Armorite ores does he need, and where do we get these Armorite ores? Like, what are they, and where are they? I need them. So one of these 3 trials that you have to do at the dojo, one of them includes collecting max mushrooms, which apparently is an ingredient for max soup. The max soup is that type of soup that you've probably already heard of that gives you the ability to add Gigantamax to a Pokemon that you feed it to. Of course, I wonder if this actually has to be a Pokemon that is able to Gigantamax in the first place. So after you've done your 3 trials at the dojo, or even maybe one of these trials, particularly maybe even the last one, is to actually pick a tower to take on with your Urshifu to determine what type of style he will take on extra to his typing. Because I believe he'll probably be a fighting type after you've evolved him from Kubfu to Urshifu, and then you can go to the Tower of Darkness to give him a dark typing as well, or the Tower of Waters to give him a water typing. Obviously, the single strike style is the Tower of Darkness, and the rapid strike style is done at the Tower of Waters. You can only, however, do one of the towers, so pick very wisely because this determines how your Urshifu will be, like made. And that's it. That's your Urshifu. You choose the progression he takes. And finally, the coolest other thing that we're getting is there will be new trails for bikes. Not only are we getting customized bikes, we're actually getting customized trails. Like you can unlock different types of trails. That's so cool. That's actually really cool. I'm excited to use that. Like I really want to change my bike, dude. I want to use a cool new bike, and having new trails actually makes traveling the world, especially in this new like wild area themed Isle of Armor, feel a lot more exciting. I'm actually really excited to see that. Like I hope there's some really cool trails out there. I can't wait to collect them all. And the Pokemon, of course. So yeah, that's all the info we have currently for the DLC. We only have to wait like 2 more days from like when I'm posting this video. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think? I reply to every single comment, so try me out down below right now. Let me know what's your favorite thing, and I'll see you guys probably on Wednesday when the DLC drops. See you soon, dudes.